Hey, how's it going, guys? So we're back with more Helldivers 2 content. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We're going to be checking out another video by Super Earth Salute. So shout out and credit goes to Super Earth Salute for the video. And this one is called The Entire History of the Terminids, Helldivers 2. So I did watch a video about the Terminids already, but it was by a different channel called Astro Historian. So I kind of want to see what Super Earth Salute has to say about the Terminids, but here's what I know about the Terminids so far. They are bugs, and that's the slang of it. And I may be saying this incorrectly, but I forgot what that material is called. But basically, they're able to like generate a valuable resource, which is oil, and that is like why several of the missions require you to like fix refineries, protect them, and extract oil and all that. So, but there's a lot of bugs. I actually just played against the Terminids last night on a solo hell dive, and it was crazy because of the new predator strain, the invisible hunters or stalkers, whatever you call them, getting hit by a charger. It's just crazy, and I was on 4E Prime, so that urban setting made a whole lot. Well, I mean, playing against bugs in an urban setting was fun, but because of the gloom and all the new predator strains and mutations, these guys are really tough, and they're not messing around anymore. And I'm pretty sure this video was, it was created 3 weeks ago, so maybe he has the predator strain update in there. But either way, without anything else, let's just jump into the video.
Welcome back, Helldivers, to another glorious SES history broadcast. This time, we take a look at the history surrounding the ignoble cockroaches known as the Terminids. Often referred to as the Terminid Horde or Terminid Swarm, these bugs have been officially deemed fascists by High Command. While there are arguments to be made...
Oh yeah, just by looking at the Biotitan, I heard that there may be a new mutated type of Biotitan. I mean, the one right now is already difficult enough. Now you want to have a mutated one? Come on.
That individual Terminids are capable of comprehending ideologies. Nevertheless, we can always trust the words of High Command, and if they say these bugs are fascists, it is not our place to question such things. As with many of these history lessons, we must first go back to the First Galactic War, specifically the aftermath of defeating the bugs. We encourage anyone who has not been educated on the First Galactic War to check out our previous video breaking down the events. Anyway,
that is a video I do need to check out because I did not play the very first Helldivers. I mean, the game is on Steam, but I did put it in my wish list. So maybe when the price goes down, I might get it. But yeah, I'm not very familiar with that. So the First Galactic War video is something I do need to check out by Super Earth Salute.
Hey. Following their defeat, thousands of remaining bugs were confined to newly established farming planets, where they were bred and raised before being harvested for precious E710 fuel needed for interplanetary travel.
Or fuel.
That wasn't all Super Earth had planned for the vicious creatures, though, as the Ministry of Science commenced biological and genetic testing, causing the species to mutate from the familiar foe of the past to the threat we currently face. Leaked reports from the Ministry of Science state that due to these experiments, bugs became more spindly and aggressive, as well as creating a much more toxic variant of E710 that was designated the codename Bile. Because of this mutation, High Command released a statement redefining the bugs with the name the Terminids. In the beginning, these farms found extreme success in supplying the space fleet with a much-needed fuel. Success that lasted well past the Great Democratization. That was until early February 2184, when billions of these enhanced bugs rose up and overran the eastern sector planets, killing countless civilians that were only trying to do their democratic duty and job. But before we get into the events of the Second Galactic War, we should go over a few things about the tenacious Terminids. The bugs' mission to infest worlds has been almost entirely in the eastern planetary systems, specifically 6 sectors: Lestrade, Sten, Falstaff, Marin, Draco, and Genji, though they have also infested the Orion, Umlaut, and Borga sectors as well. Now that we're caught up to also infested
Rata Prime, as you see right there in Hellmire, I think it was Hellmire, were actually the very first Terminid planets that I've been to in the past, and the very first time I ever fought against the bugs, I was like, oh, this isn't bad. And then I ran into a charger and a Biotitan, and especially an Impaler, and I take all my words back.
The Orion, Umlaut, and Borga sectors as well. Now that we're caught up to speed, let's get into it. With Terminid outbreaks engulfing the Eastern Front, Helldivers from all corners of the galaxy were mobilized when High Command issued Operation Valiant Enclosure, a multi-phase campaign to contain the growing threat by establishing a network of towers known as the Terminid Control System, or TCS. This system, proposed by the Ministry of Science, uses the chemical agent termicide, known for its potent ability to wipe out entire planets of Terminid hostiles within a matter of hours of initial exposure.
Oh,
the
really?
TCS was first launched onto what was known as the Barrier Planets, a line of 4 worlds in the Umlaut sector that were currently being occupied by the bugs. Unfortunately, before our valiant Helldivers could begin establishing the TCS, the planets Heath and Angel's Venture required retaking, so access to the Umlaut sector could be reopened, which was swiftly accomplished by February 14th. Success was short-lived though, as surprise automaton attacks into the XR sector put Operation Valiant Enclosure on hold, with High Command issuing orders to defend crucial planets from the bomb.
Wait, what does that say? By President? It is past time we responded to this unprovoked incursion against democracy. The Helldivers are deploying as we speak to strike a number of automaton military installations. These invaders will soon discover the steel of Super Earth Resolve. That's about the automatons.
That was until an unexpected outbreak of Terminids on
okay.
the planet Velt almost caused the entire operation to fail, forcing High Command to once again relocate its core of troops. Helldiver forces besieged the planet and quickly pushed back the bug threat. Though while focusing forces to liberate Velt, the key planets Heath and Angel's Venture were lost to the Terminid menace, causing SEA Velt. The key planets Heath and Angel's Venture were lost to the
Oh man. Rest in peace, Angel's Venture. Destroyed by that like black hole or whatever.
Terminid menace, causing SEAF forces to be locked out of the Umlaut sector once again, after some time of a back-and-forth tug-and-war for control over the general eastern planetary sectors. Until on March 12, 2184, when High Command issued the order to officially activate the Terminid control system, mobilizing the SEAF and Helldiver squads to rid the galaxy of the bug threat once and for all. It should be noted that it is unclear if the entire species was marked for termination, or more presumably just to cull the outbreaks, as E710 fuel still remains vital for Super Earth's fleet. Nevertheless,
Of course.
over the next 4 days, Helldivers bravely fought and were successful.
As long as they need that precious fuel, they will never fully wipe out the Terminids.
In creating an impassable wall of termicide deployment in the Umlaut sector. Finally, on March 15th, 2184, Super Earth was proud to announce all TCS towers in the sector were activated, eliminating 99.6% of all Terminids across the 4 planets within a matter of hours. With Operation Valiant Enclosure coming to an end, SEAF and Helldiver squads turned their attention to liberating Terminid-controlled territories within the following operations: Prime Liberation and CBCT Protection. But it was during this time that rumors and reports started to spread throughout the ranks of Super Earth. The bugs were evolving. These scattered reports remained rumors until the Ministry of Intelligence officially confirmed them on March 21st, with the announcement of a new flying Terminid threat known
Shriekers.
as Shriekers. The official breakdown report of the new enemy stated, capable of swift aerial movement, often found in large numbers, as well as possessing blade-like appendages that often result in decapitation of any soldier or citizen caught off guard. At the same time Helldivers were combating the new flying menace, Terminid spore spewers and Shriekiness evolved heavier armor capabilities and an overall tougher carapace, causing grenades and small explosive munitions to be rendered useless against the structures. Despite these evolutions, Helldivers quickly adapted to the new threats and armored structures with ease by switching to heavy munition stratagems. But another unexpected event was about to change everything for Super Earth's mission to retake the Eastern Front. The Terminid control system soldiers fought so hard to establish was starting to experience issues. While the TCS appeared to maintain its ability to be a valuable deterrent of bug advancements, it also appeared that the termicide itself was beginning to lose its potency. The Ministry of Science issued a statement that through a process known as hormesis, the bugs were not only becoming resistant to the chemicals, the termicide was also causing a dramatic increase to the reproductive rates of the Terminids, creating a massive
Holy. So not only were they adapting and becoming immune to the termicide, it helped them reproduce 20 times faster? Oh my god.
Causing a dramatic increase to the reproductive rates of the Terminids, creating a massive surge in the bug population on many planets, but more specifically...
You know what? You know what they should do? Get rid of the termicide and replace it with like fuel and light it. Just like, so replace the towers as flamethrowers. That's how you get them under control.
Meridia. In April of 2184, High Command officially deemed Meridia the first location of a Terminid super colony. After this announcement, the months of April and June saw this super colony stronghold destabilize planets all over the Eastern Front with no stop in sight. During this time, all the departments of Super Earth convened and frantically tried to come up with a solution to the new super colony threat. It was at this time the Ministry of Science suggested the use of dark fluid injections on the surface of Meridia into its core in order to implode the planet and hopefully restabilize the sector and ending the super colony once and for all. On June 2nd, 2184, SEAF, assisted by Helldivers.
Yeah, you guys kept on telling me to check out Meridia. I'm like, why? And then when I went over there, it's just a black hole.
Squads launched onto the planet's surface and were immediately met by heavy bug resistance. After hours of brutal combat and thousands lost to the Shriekers alone, Helldivers forces were successful in their mission to inject the dark fluid, causing the implosion of the planet and the destruction of the super colony threat. But the implosion also created the ominous Meridia black hole in the process. After the successful campaign on Meridia, a few months of back-and-forth control of planetary systems on the Eastern Front incurred. Though High Command's primary focus was put onto the automaton forces occupying the Western Front, who had been left unchecked during the recent operations. That was until August 6, 2184, when a mysterious nebula composed of extremely high concentrations of intergalactic Terminid spores appeared. Officially labeled the Gloom, it appears to be a unique variation of traditional spore clouds that were capable of passing through the vastness of space and somehow cause Terminid outbreaks wherever they reach new planets. The Gloom first appeared around the vicinity of a planet lost during the initial outbreak named Anuliel, deep in the Eastern Front. Considering how long the planet has been cut off, there is no telling what might have been there that caused or created the thick cloud now overtaking much of the eastern sectors. The Ministry of Science has been hard at work to discover more information about the levels of concentration the spore cloud has, but currently little is known or has been made public at this time. We do know that on the same day as the Gloom outbreak appeared, previously thought to be extinct Terminid variations were rediscovered while combating the largest ever Terminid super onslaught on planet Socorro 3. The most frightening of them being the Impalers, a highly lethal variant of the Charger, capable of plunging its head into the ground, causing massive tentacles to burst forth surrounding its targets, as well as the Spore Charger, similar to the standard Charger, but with the added benefit of a cloud of fog surrounding it. Following the appearance of the Gloom, most Terminid
Thermite. That's like the best way to deal with them. Thermite and recoilless Charger or expendable anti-tank. Best way.
Advancements have slowed down dramatically on the Eastern Front,
but the
SEAF and Helldivers should always remain vigilant, knowing that we have almost no knowledge of exactly what is going on in the sectors it covers. With the introduction of new variants bringing the known total count of Terminid enemy types to 18, we can only speculate what threats could be waiting for us within the Gloom and the outlying planets it may soon cover. One thing we know for sure is when this potential new threat finally reveals itself, or our dedicated staff at High Command discovers a way to penetrate the Gloom, Helldivers and SEAF will be there to answer the call and vanquish our enemies as we always have. And with that, we end another SES History broadcast. What do you think is hiding in the Gloom? Do you remember your first experience with an Impaler or Shriekers? Why have the Terminids stopped advancing?
I don't want to think about it.
Be sure to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. And remember, undemocratic views will be reported to the Ministry of Truth, as well as anyone stating controversial ideas deemed undemocratic will be sent to the appropriate facilities for re-education. On behalf of the Ministry of Truth and High Command, this is the SES signing off.
That was a really great video. Oh, hey, look at that. At the end, it says the entire history of the First Galactic War, Helldivers 2. Okay, I'll save that video for another time. But either way, this was really great, and this is a very recent update as well because it talks about the Gloom, the Meridia black hole, and just like, you know, the Predator strain. So, to answer this question at the end, do I remember my very first encounter with the Impaler and the Shriekers? Yes, I do. The first time I ever saw an Impaler, I never saw the body. I just saw the tentacles coming out of the ground, and I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? If you guys are curious, because I do have that moment saved, where first time I saw an Impaler. It is on one of my live streams. I just forgot which one it was, but I think it's one of my earliest ones. But the video is pretty long. It's like a few hours long, but however, it is there. I never saw the body because I just saw the tentacles and I'm like, whoa, what is this? Where does this come from? So I thought you just shoot the tentacles over and over again and you should be fine. But I didn't know there was a source where the body had a body of its own. So I was just like shooting tentacles over and over again and going, bro, it's not stopping. How do you stop this thing? And then one of my guys says, hey, do you see that thing that looks like a charger? You shoot that thing. That is the impaler itself. So I shot it and the tentacles just stopped coming. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is the type of bug it is. There is. First time I ever saw a shrieker, I got hit by one. It took out like 75% of my health. So when I stemmed myself and looked in the sky, I'm like, what are those things? And then my squad members explained to me those are called shriekers. And I had that incendiary shotgun at the time. So when they came at me, I just shot them and they just burned up and died easily. So that is a very effective weapon against them. But man, just diving into the more difficult levels and experiencing the new bugs was just a whole like different experience for me. But now I know what kind of bugs there are. It's a little bit easier to counter them. But however, the new predator strain is just making everything so much more difficult. But anyways, that's all I got for today about the Terminids. So shout out and credit goes to Super Earth Salute for the video. I will be checking out 2 more videos. One is about the automatons and one is about the Illuminate, the entire history. And of course, I saved another video, which is the history of the First Galactic War. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. And also shout out to all my members, subscribers, viewers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support, guys. I really do appreciate it. So without anything else, I'll see you guys next time.